Hello everybody.
Hi.
My name is Darren.
I'm Graham.
And I have seen a film that you have not seen called Viceroy's House.
Yeah.
What's the problem?
You're taking up half the screen. Anyway.
Fucking lose some weight then.
So Viceroy's House, what's that about?
So it's about... Do you know what? It's been like 2 weeks since I watched it. It's something to do with the guy from Paddington as like a...
The dad?
Yeah.
Oh, I liked him.
Yeah, he's good and he's in like Downton Abbey, but I don't watch that because
I
I'm
liked
not
him dressed
an
as a
idiot.
lady.
Yeah, I did as
With
well
a
when he's
fake
getting
arm.
pins stuck in his arm.
Yeah.
It wasn't a fake arm, that was the joke. You fell for it because it's
Oh,
such
yeah.
good acting.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so he is like a foreign, and not even foreign, an English
From
like
Wales.
diplomat or something like, and he's been sent to India to calm it down because I
Calm
think
India down.
they're about to split it in half or something.
Oh, right. Like
Or,
north and south, or left and right, or...
I don't know enough about
Diagonally,
history and current politics and geography to
Right.
be able to do this story justice.
Those three things are vital for this story.
Yeah,
really.
I think that there was a trouble between one religious group and another religious group, and so the solution ultimately was, this is your area now, and this is your
Don't
area.
cross the line.
You lot jog on, and you lot...
Yeah.
Oh, no, I remember what it was.
Oh.
I've just spoiled the end, but it's kind of history, so whatever.
Oh,
It
that
was
the
when
solution at the
India was
end.
part of our empire, and we were
Ah,
slowly
the
withdrawing
Brits,
from it, so it
yeah.
was his job to get us out
The
in a
redcoats,
peaceful way.
The oppressors.
And ultimately...
Oh, so it was set at the time.
Yeah, it's set in the oldie days of just after the war, I think. And so his job is to get us out of, or get, our
Politically.
influence away from
Yeah,
them,
yeah, yeah.
whilst also leaving it in some mildly stable condition.
Well, that was the problem, wasn't it? Because they didn't in the end, did they?
Well, I don't know enough.
Oh, right, okay.
If the film is anything to go by, it doesn't seem like they did.
No.
It does star Gillian Anderson, however, which may also be why I don't remember much of the information, but I do remember it was a very good film, and I like to look at her face.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
She's good. I like
I
Gillian
need to
Anderson.
watch it now, because she's in it, and she is lovely.
She's
to
in
look
lots
at.
of things I've never
And to
watched.
listen to.
I do like her voice. She's
Yeah.
very posh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's got quite an iconic voice at this point as well.
Is it iconic?
I think so.
In what way?
It's just kind of identifiable, isn't it? You know what I mean? Like...
You can say that about anyone. Who's...
No, but hers particularly, especially through all, like, X-Files and stuff like that, you
What's
just know
different in
that
the
kind
X-Files?
of...
Isn't she American in the
kind of
X-Files?
softer... No, not really.
Isn't she? I've never watched it.
No, not really, no.
I quite like her looking older than younger. Not that she looks old, but her current age is
Just,
better than...
just always.
Yeah,
Just
that's
timeless,
true.
she's
You make a
timeless.
good point with that one.
Yeah.
So it is a good film. It was a good film. I think that I got like gradually drawn into it. I was a bit cynical at first and thought,
Cynical?
well, I think they
For
tried
why?
to make it kind of like the Downton Abbey of this kind of movie, so like...
Is everyone talking, like, full English words? Like, there was no kind
Yeah,
of...
absolutely. Like,
Yeah.
there'd be like two Indian families in India with no English people around and they're just talking in English.
Right.
You're like, what? You don't need to do that.
Right, yeah.
Firstly, in the world of the film, we're leaving you now, so you don't need to speak English.
Yeah, get
and in
rid
the
of
world
that
of cinema,
nonsense, yeah.
I can read subtitles. It's fine. I don't need to learn Indian to be able to understand Indian people. Just put the subtitles on. That'll do me.
They're going to be like 5 foot up the screen. We can get, it's not a big effort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was one of those films where old people turn up to tell the person that they've turned up with that they remember it. That kind of thing. It was a
Titanic.
Titanic.
Oh, right, sorry, go on, yeah.
I saw it with another film as well. I don't remember what it was, but where like someone will see. Oh, it was the Kennedy movie I saw, the Jackie, where it was happening as well, where something had happened, and the old person who's with his
Got it.
old wife or whatever would literally turn and go, "I remember that. That's or like a new actor will turn up. Oh, that's Bob Smith. That.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
that'll
heard
be
about that
Bob.
at the news,
Yeah.
I was at Bethel's house when I heard that on the
Or
wireless.
One of them will ask the other question,
Yeah.
the other one will respond as though the person was stupid for asking the question. Like, obviously it was the 14th of July.
Yeah.
Yeah, you stupid bitch. I
This
haven't married you for 50 years.
Yeah, this isn't a pub quiz. You don't have to shout out every fact that you know about
Yeah,
the film.
exactly. It does seem that the old people treat it like that. Or maybe they're just getting flashes of their own life and they're finally remembering things
Yeah, maybe.
pre this week when they got into that routine of Coronation Street and Emmerdale.
Yeah.
So so I was a bit cynical at first because it was a Downton Abbey version of history. Everything's kind of soap opera-y. You know what I mean? Like it's appealing to people who are about 90 years old.
But why?
To make money. I have no
right,
idea if
okay.
Julian Fellows is in any way involved in this movie, but I suspect he is.
Who's Julian Fellows?
Some prick. I hate him.
Oh. Okay.
He writes Downton Abbey amongst other things.
Well,
probably.
he sounds like a very popular man at the moment because everybody likes Downton
Well,
Abbey.
the Nazis were popular in Germany in the 30s. Doesn't make them nice, does it?
Yeah, but they also didn't write a twee little story about.
Well, I'm sure they may have done in their downtime. They weren't
Maybe.
always killing
Yeah,
people.
Maybe that's true.
Not to defend the Nazis.
yeah, putting a lot of pressure on.
He's a snob. He's whatever I am. He's the opposite.
Yeah,
which in many ways makes
he
him.
would never wear a beanie.
Well, he should.
And
He's
would
got no
shave.
hair.
Well,
So, yeah, I don't like Julian Fellows. He may have been. I don't know who directed this. Simon Callow turned up at one point, and I feel he may have been involved as well. There's a lot of guesswork involved in this. It's been 2 weeks since I saw it.
sounds like you didn't really enjoy it that much.
No, I did.
It
So I
sounds like you
started off
didn't.
cynical, but I got drawn into it, and I really
Yeah.
quite enjoyed it, except a bit at the end.
So because you were cynical, you missed out quite a lot of kind of foundation information at the start.
No, it's because I'm not interested.
Right.
I
Okay.
don't care about
It's
history or
history, isn't it?
politics.
But all of your general knowledge in history and politics and stuff is known through pop media and films.
Yeah, I
and-
know. And if I watch this film again, it'll start to stick, no doubt. I have remembered some stuff of the facts that I didn't know previously, but I don't...
Names of people.
No,
important people in
but
the
I
film?
know that there's a film starring Christopher Lee in which he plays some political guy. And that character turned up in this film as well, and I hadn't seen the film that Christopher Lee was in, and now I know who that guy is,
Ah.
but I don't remember his name. But if you said his name in a pub quiz, what is he most famous for? I'd be able to say, oh yeah, he's the guy that decided to split the country
Alright.
up. Yeah. So, I learnt some very vague things.
Very vague.
I do remember Gillian Anderson being good looking.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I hated the end. There's one of those moments. I sort of spoiling bits. All I'll say is to spoil it. A character. The fate of a character may not be what it quite clearly is.
What? Why would you even tell me that?
What?
Why would you tell me and anybody else that information?
Well, I'm not saying who the character is or what
yeah,
the
but
fate
Jesus
might be.
Christ, I'm sure it's going to be quite obvious who is going to be having a fateful end or a potentially fateful
No,
end.
it might seem, if you've seen other films in which this happens, that we think a character has survived and it turns out actually they're dead, or vice versa. They're actually dead, but, they've died and then they come back to life.
Right.
It's the latter. It's the obvious one. It's not a clever film. It's not doing anything narratively twisty.
Well,
It's
you
the
can't
opposite.
frighten the.
It's one of those where they try to
Or
give it a
like-
happy ending.
Yeah.
And you think like, oh, fuck off. I've gotten over that. I wasn't asked. And the odds.
Is
Anyway.
this like Tom Cruise's son in War of the Worlds?
Yeah. It's exactly like that.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. There's a guy in it who is like an Indian guy.
Indian.
Yeah, who
Okay.
speaks perfect English when he's around other Indians, despite having been brought up in India. At first, I saw him and I thought, because he's quite young, like 20s, I thought, your hair isn't as good as Dev Patel's in Lion. So I was quite
So why
against
are you
him.
competing?
Hello?
Hi. Sorry, we got interrupted. But we thought Darren doesn't look happy about the interruption or the fact that we're going to round this video up.
Do you know what? Speaking of interruptions, every
Go on.
time we go for a meal, I don't mean me
You
and you
and
just,
me.
yeah, in general. But I
Right.
did say we,
You did say
so I do mean us.
You mean?
But just in
Me and the
general,
viewers.
you know when they give you the food and then they say, and then they come back like 2 minutes later, goes everything okay? Like, I'm quite a big James Bond fan, and particularly I like GoldenEye, and there's a bit in GoldenEye where Natalia is checking the computers, and somebody comes up to her and goes, is everything okay? And she says everything but the interruption. So whenever we're having meals, even though I'm quite happy and I don't mind the people, whenever they
I
go,
know
is
what you
everything
mean.
okay? I want to go, everything but the interruption. Just
do
as
it.
like a GoldenEye reference, but I'll like, well no, because next time I go back, my food will definitely be covered in spit.
Yeah. Isn't this how Nick Frost and Simon Pegg met though?
He did the Bigot noise from Star Wars,
There you
and
go.
like Nick Frost kind of looked
Yeah,
at
exactly. Yeah, because he was
Or the
a,
other way
was a
around.
waiter, wasn't he?
Yeah. I do want to replace some of my friends, so maybe I should do that.
Never mind.
Although I'm also single, and it's, not to sound sexist, it's often waitresses. So if they go, oh, how's the meal? I go, or is there a problem with the meal? Everything but the interruption.
Yeah.
Doesn't really bode well.
No.
Anyway, so the Indian kid in the movie, I at first thought I didn't like his hair because he's not Dev Patel.
Oh yeah.
That was a problem for the film. But then I grew to tolerate him,
You could just tell it. Well, thank God.
Yeah.
Well, thank God.
Didn't dislike him particularly.
It's
Bit of
like
a
the
do-gooder.
British Empire, innit? Grew to tolerate them, but then they started pushing us away. So.
Who do you think you are?
Hmm?
Are you
Who do you think you
part
are?
of the British Empire? Are you going from your English side or your Dutch side?
No. Well, either. Get the hell. Scallion.
Anyway, the film was pretty good.
Yeah,
the film was better than I
was
thought it was
alright.
going to be.
Yeah, it's worth watching, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I didn't.
I would
see it.
recommend. I would recommend.
How many stars out of 5?
4, maybe 3, but 4.
3.5.
now 4. Bye everyone.
Yeah, bye.